Okay, so we just arrived at the Assin Manso River Memorial Park, and this picks and teaches about the enslaved Africans who were stolen from here to be taken to such places as the United States and all the other colonies of the British and the Portuguese and the French, so they could get free labor off of murdering people. So we're here at the Assin Manso River and Memorial, and I'm gonna walk down to the river. The names on this wall were written by people from the African diaspora.
So that's why our ancestors had their very last bath on the motherland before they were taken to the castles, placed in the dungeons, and finally passed through the gate of no return before they were taken to the New World to work on plantations. This is the exact route our ancestors took. We're making a journey from here to the river. Usually on our journey from here to the river, we take off our footwear. It's an act of showing respect to our ancestors for all the atrocities they went through. This is a journey they did sometimes for over 7 months, but we are going to make it just about 7 minutes from here till we get to the river. It is just right and proper that we pay homage to them by walking barefooted. It's our way of connecting with them. There is water here, so when we are finally back, we'll get water to wash our feet, and then you wear our slippers and then go back to our various places. So
It's the
watch it well.
In Jamaica they call it shame lady.
Exactly.
Is that what you all call it here?
So here we call it Abrewa Kataoto.
Okay.
Abrewa Kataoto. But the English name for it is mimosa. It's called Mimosa pudica.
Yes.
This plant played a very critical role during the transatlantic slave trade era.
Okay.
It saved several of our ancestors from being captured.
Okay.
So these plants were planted at various advantageous places. Whenever they are moving out from their hideouts,
Yeah.
and they see this plant closed, what it tells them is that someone was there some few minutes ago or few seconds ago. By the time we are back, it will open up again. Those ones that folded, they will open up again. Long before the arrival of the Europeans, our ancestors were living in states and in kingdoms, doing their day-to-day activities, moving from one place to the other in search of good land for farming, in search of good water for their own drinking and that of their wild animals.
Right.
Because they were always moving, when they get to a location, those there will want to protect what they have, and those coming in will want to get access to those resources. So when they get to those places, there are always wars. War not to kill each other, but war for dominance. War to take possession of territories and expand their kingdom. During this war, the group that wins take those they won over as slaves. These slaves are referred to as slaves of war. These slaves were not in chains, they were not in shackles.
Right.
They were not beaten, they were not starved. They had rights, they have freedoms, they have privileges.
Yes.
They serve for a period of time, and when that period is up, they are freed to go as free men and women. This activity continued for a very long time because our ancestors were always moving and trying to expand their territory. The first group of Europeans who came to the motherland here, in Ghana here, to finish with the first castle they built in Ghana here.
And that was the Portuguese.
That was the Portuguese.
Okay.
So the first castle built in the country here were built by the Portuguese. It's located at Elmina. Have you been there already?
I'm going there next.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's very good you are here. Get the story from here and then go and finish the story up at Elmina.
Okay.
Yes. They stayed there and traded with our ancestors in commodities such as gold, spices. Those were the items they were trading in with our ancestors. Whilst they were having this trade, going up from one place to the other, they were getting possession or getting access to those commodities along the way. By the 16th century, they got access to the New World, took the Red Indians who were the locals over there and made them slaves. They used the Red Indians on plantations, sugarcane plantation, tobacco plantation, and cotton plantation. That was where they were using these individuals to work on. Because of a sickness called the smallpox, several of these, they are staying with you and they will know your secrets a day, and one day they will fight against you to get their freedom back.
I see.
Why not give these individuals to us? We take them to the New World, and in return, we give you certain commodities. Our ancestors thought it was a good deal because, one, they were taking away their enemies from their presence. And then two, they were to get certain commodities in return. What commodities were they getting in return? Gunpowder, sugar, mirror, liquor, beads. These were the items they were exchanging our ancestors for.
Right.
So the Europeans would bring these commodities, and in exchange, they would take the captives of war to the New World.